attorney.
Okay, welcome back everyone. Let us, I don't know, hopefully finish this whole thing. I don't know. Let me also check yeah, everything is recording fine. Seemingly. Cool. Oh boy. Let's first do a Hosoka Shrine. Let's take one Omikuchi, see how our luck is during the winter. No, it's spring, yeah. Direction, north. Employment, unclear outlook. Oof. Illness, depends on your outlook. Okay. Somehow good luck. Sure. Ooh, how many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get. I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's maybe we'll get another Bazette scene. I don't know. Probably not. Oh, no. 7 Cradle Hollow. Ooh, okay. Yeah. Okay, we're getting this side. There is a hole in my chest. Something warm is spilling out of the wound and something cold invades me in its place. A dreadful yet calming feeling. This is death. I feel a little pain and a little comfort in this peaceful darkness. Ooh, okay. It was 8 days before the beginning of the 5th Holy Grail War. Are we getting the what actually happened before, like, fully? I arrived in the city of Fuyuki and began preparing for the battle. After learning the topography of the location, I decided on the hiding place that would become my base. With everything perfectly prepared, I summoned a servant. Unlike all the work I have done until now, this process made my heart swing. Oh, and that servant should have been Lancer? It was not the joy in anticipation of fighting. 2 things happened that made me happy for the first time about my duties. Maybe being able to maybe fulfill your wish and seeing Kirei again, maybe. Yeah, Kirei. Oh. You told me to cross the ocean. Kirei is one hell of a snake. Get down. You said to travel around the wide world. Uncertain of myself, I asked in trepidation if he was in any way dissatisfied with having to form a contract with me. To which the servant I summoned replied.
昔、一度だけ女戦士と肩を並べて戦ったことがあってな。
Cool shot.
あんたには、あの女の面影がある。
Aww. His laughter felt so good it made my unease feel ridiculous. But yeah, Kirei. It's not that I was betrayed. It's just that they had unshakable hearts from the very beginning. I was all show and never decided on the self that every person must have by the time they reach adulthood. I never had any confidence. focusing entirely on forging the armor of my autonomous self, I was never able to forge my living self. Yeah. My inner self was weak and cowardly. I have been disappointed by the world ever since the moment I was born. So much loaded stuff in her backstory. Yeah. You go through each day as if it was work, my father used to say. Your father, eh? That's because I had given up. I was unable to hope, and by having no hope, I let every day pass me by. But that's because I was scared of everything. In truth, I wanted to be rewarded more than anyone else, and yet I continued deceiving myself, pretending to be wise. Wow. In truth, I could have enjoyed those days like an ordinary person would, and yet I continued averting my eyes because I would lose it all one day. In truth, being like this is so easy. I want to overcome this weakness so much that I've accepted that I can't bear. That I live out my life to live my life feeling miserable. This miserable feeling, so miserable, yeah. Being like this is so easy that I've accepted that I live out my life feeling this miserable, and I want to overcome this weakness so much that I can't bear to live my life feeling so miserable. Oh, wow. To be honest, I didn't want to die. And yeah, no one does. Even if you say you're just doing this for the duty, or even if you seemingly don't care or whatever. The redness there, yeah, with the splatter. Curse time, I guess. And then I fall down to this place. The hell I kept on tasting with every repetition. Okay, the bottom of the pot, made solely from the resentment and hatred of the dead for all living beings. Runes there. Being here is painful. It cannot possibly be compared with the previous sense of peace. Having suffered through death already, I feel like I lose my mind having to suffer here afterwards. Yeah, I can't even imagine just finally like having to experience death in a pretty gruesome manner, and then afterwards just not being able to rest, but you know, just dropping down to hell with all the curses and whatnot. It lasts for but a few minutes before revival, yet this feeling still makes me nauseous every time. Ooh, yeah. The first time I experienced it, I called it hell. That's hell you're walking into. I mean, it's most likely the consciousness of, you know, Avenger, or, you know, his inside, or the quote-unquote Grail. Probably, yeah. But that's not right. This is not hell. This is not the place for the dead to fall down to. My hell And my rebirth was the peace I felt a while ago. That's why this is... I had realized it long ago. He's...
そうなんだ。
Yeah. Yeah. His inner thoughts, his consciousness, his... You know.
参ったな。俺は特別感じないけど、気がついたらここにいるって感じで。
That is, in and of itself, very scary. This is where he came from, yeah. Whether it is fully him or whether it is the depths of the curses, resentment, hatred, whatever, and he's just been living down there, it's kind of one and the same. The way the thing called Angram I knew was before putting on its disguise. It is the place where he remained before forming a contract with me. All the ugliness of the world. And this is where he will return once our contract ends. This false world. Ooh, there we go. That's cool. Yet, there is no pain in it for him. A place that is nothing but suffering to a human like me does not bother him in the slightest. Yeah, I mean, this memory is his everyday life. Prison, plunder, abuse, contempt, and eternal void. Yeah, it's really hard to try to grasp those kinds of that kind of feeling. Like, what does it is experiencing? You know, experiencing Angra Mainyu's being, life, consciousness, whatever. It's just so much. And at the end of the suffering, having affirmed the ugly side of humanity, a selfless trance. Selfless trance. Sure. Not sure if it's a peaceful one though, or just having gone numb from all the fucked up shit. No happiness, no sadness, not to mention suffering. Nothing exists there. It is the pure land. Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Pure land, huh? This was the life of a certain youth, said to be the epitome of all the evil in the world. Cool shot. Reminiscent of the, I think, beginning of the game. But all that blank space is already starting to get filled. These could be, I mean, it's obviously some kind of mural reminiscent of, you know, the church stuff, but or not mural, stained glass, whatever. But, you know, these could also be like lived out experiences and fragments of consciousness and, you know, different loops or whatever. Too. Once the picture is finished, he will simply return to that place, no matter how artificial it may be. This Holy Grail War is his ideal world. I don't trust the likes of him anymore. But I wonder, why is he trying to make this wish end? That is a great question. Is he actually feeling like he shouldn't just be here? Like, this is wrong, despite it being like escape from him from the place, and this being his ideal place, the one place where he can let out his frustrations and just live out, you know, actually exist without that much suffering. Is he still does he still hold, empathy or sympathy towards humanity and feeling like he shouldn't drag this out? Mm. Lots of cool questions there. Welcome back, Bazette. New loop time. I wake up from my slumber. It was the most vivid death I had until now. Yet I also feel calmer than ever before. No, maybe they're just frozen solid. Both my reason and emotion. Oof. The way I am now, I can do anything, no doubt. Yeah, not inhibited by your reasonings, I guess.
よう、起きたか、マスター。落ち着いているようで何よりだ。
Hi, Avenger. Same as always, I can see Avenger's figure in the corner of the room, occupied with the puzzle. It's getting on my nerves. He's supposed to be my familiar, yet he does nothing the way I want him to. If you're originally a formless shadow, how about I lock you up in an insect cage? What the fuck? Okay, Bazette.
お、まだやる気満々みたいだな。打たれ強いね、実際。元サーバントに殺されたっていうのに、全然答えてないみたいだ。
Wicked laughter. Oof. A flame lights up again in my chilled mind. What I can't let slide isn't his loose manners. It's this air of a villain that he assumes.
なぜですか、アンリ・マユ。この聖杯戦争は私だけの望みではない。いえ、今では私以上に望む者がいるはずだ。私にはわからない。私たちの望みは同じなのに、どうして終わらせようとするのです。
I shout with clenched fists. More than why I had been betrayed, I want to know how he feels. And yet...
飽きた。つまんね
え。I mean, the first thought, obviously, is, what is this lie? Why are you lying? What do you really feel? But... He utters right away. Up until now, I have done nothing short of a stellar job of hiding my own emotions.
Avenger.
Everything is distorting the vision.
そう睨むなよ。ほら、あんたもいい加減満足しただろ。念願の聖杯戦争を楽しんで、大抵の顛末を味わった。けどさ、ここにはあんたに必要だったものは何一つなかった。
Okay, but like... you're being mean about that. I mean, I get what you're trying to say, I think.
まあ、なんだ。俺から切り出すのは使い魔としてルール違反なんだが、そろそろいいだろう。
Has gone on long enough, huh?
契約を破棄しようぜ、マスター。それで、この話はおしまいだ。
Knowing full well what it means, Avenger holds out his hand. All the memories. Horse on a lake. I cannot do this. I've crossed paths with many up until this point, but once I've taken another's hand, I can never let go. Ooh. Okay, Bazet.
アベンジャー、あなたまだ私が見えている？
Hmm. Cool question. Are you still focused on me? Do you still care about me? Or maybe in a literal sense too, I don't know. Avenger's body wavers ever so slightly. As I thought, because, you know, she's technically a ghost, you know, so. He has all but returned to the void already. Oh, from his point of view.
言っておきますが、私はこの聖杯戦争を止めるつもりはありません。元の死体に戻るなど真っ平だ。
Damn. Damn, okay, Bazette, okay. Having still the fire ignited in her. I mean, obviously. Can we get a happy ending for her where she's revived? I don't know.
そうか。マスターがそう言うなら契約は続けるしかない。しかし、こうなると聖杯戦争の本当の勝者に、また聖杯を壊してもらうしかないか。
そんなことできるわけが。
I mean...
できるよ。あいつは一度やってるからな。
Yeah, every fate that I've watched, it's almost always the grail is being broken.
言っただろう。これは第5回目の再現なんだって。聖杯を壊したやつが聖杯までたどり着いたら、そりゃ壊れても不思議はないさ。
そう。それが。
Avengers' last trump card. No, it's the final act before the curtains fall, planned from the very beginning.
アベンジャー。
Hey, they've got a plan. What the fuck? I pinned the black shadow to the wall. I feel like that was more than pinning. That was like punching him across the room or something.
もっと早くからこうすればよかった。
Oh.
あなたは私のサーバントなのに言うことを聞かなすぎた。
What the hell? Okay, Bazette. Oh, shit. Activating a command. Okay. I leave no room for a counterattack. I will use a command spell right now. And there's no cage. And there's no cage around to confine him in? Ah, in that case... Okay.
お前なんて私の左腕にでもなってしまえ。
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Like literally, very reminiscent of, you know, Heaven's Feel with Shiro taking Archer's arm. But from a from a game perspective, that's very interesting too, because, you know, Avenger has his own, you know, ability. Does that counter Lancer's? Does it? This is a very, very curious development. With this, he can no longer go out and meet the winner of the Holy Grail War on his own. I don't want to die. I don't want to kill him either. Therefore, from here on, I will protect the Holy Grail. Oh shit, okay. Bizet is fucking gearing up.
契約は破棄しない。
Hmm.
アンリ、この世界を止めるというなら、あなたであろうと私の敵だ。
Ooh, wow, okay. Come, let us continue the Holy Grail War. Okay. Black Moon, Black Moon. The Holy Grail is mine. This wish is mine. This does present a weird situation. Does now that they have kind of combined, he's literally become her left arm. Does that mean also that's first and foremost, that's very, very poetic because, you know, Kirei ripped off Bizet's left arm, so now she has a new one in, you know, in its place, even though she already had one in this form. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. But this presents a curious situation. Does all the curse stuff that's actually inside Angreminyu, does that kind of like flow into Bizet now too? This seems like a potential very, very big problem. I don't know. I guess we'll see. Oh, I can already imagine a very tragic ending where she'll slowly get more and more corrupted by, you know, all the evil in the world. Oh no. Oh no. Holy Grail is mine. This wish is mine. Whoa. I won't let anyone destroy them. What am I even looking at? I'm not exactly sure. This white thing here looks like a person sitting. The thing background on the background seems like either a stone carving or a statue or something wrapped in a cloth. Maybe a sword or something. Oh, it's a real big close-up of Bizet's weapon thingy? Question mark? I'm not sure. Okay. Holy. Next, Hollow Ataraxia. No chapter number. Okay. I mean, if that doesn't scream finale, I don't know what does. And cheery, happy music. Very cool. Oh. Hello, Karen. I mean, I would, but I don't think so. Sure. I don't think there's gonna be any slice of life stuff left, but let's make sure. Let me just go to school in case there's, you know, the afternoon thingy here, in case that's different. Oh, there. Okay, we have a ring scene. Sure. Let me just make check all of the things. See how many we have. We have one ring. Do we have anything after school in the part-time job menu? Nope, just a normal day. Okay. We have something on the walk thingy, but now let's call it a day. Okay, nothing here. Also, I need to recheck the 8th afternoon on the overworld map. Nothing there. And nighttime, I would assume we just have the same thing, but I'll check just in case. Yeah. Oh, we have Big Bridge. Okay. Sure. nothing there except go out for a walk during the night. Oh, yeah. That's plot stuff. Yeah, definitely avoid that because, you know, that takes us to Ilia's mansion. Okay. So we have 3 things at least. Let's see if there's anything more here. No, and probably nothing during the night. Yeah, call it a day. Okay. Exit restart. Wow. I don't think we got anything. Still 5 missing here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 missing from there. Cool. Okay. Well, let me check if we had anything else here on the afternoon. No. Okay. No, I should just skip to next day immediately here. Okay, let's I guess start with the current thing since it's the first one, or should we start with the Rin thing? I'm not exactly sure. I'm fine with both. Well, let's keep this video fairly plot focused. So let's do the current thing, and then in the next video let's do the Rin scene and the big bridge, and then finally go to do the Ilia stuff, which is plot culmination. Okay, church it is. Oh, that was also a plot marker. Maybe I shouldn't have, but whatever. It's the Ilia is the end game anyways. No signs of people in the plaza. The house of God stands quiet. No visitors in sight. This place stands far away from the world. Further still from heaven. A place of confession for the lost. A girl unknown to me is waiting at the church, yep. Whether it is the first time or the last, it has no meaning here. This might be the last time. She is something that never existed to begin with. She is everywhere and nowhere. Just like him. I don't like that line. I mean, obviously this, yeah. The flow of time he is irrelevant here, yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I am visiting this place for the 4th time. I mean, obviously there is still room for a 5th time there, so this might not be the last time, but we'll see. You know, 5th Holy Grail War and or all. There's nothing to do at the church. Miyashiro should have, no more unfinished business over there.
今更寄り道の一つや二つ変わらないか。
I'll just waste some time. Everything just piled on one after another so quickly. Both my mind and body are fatigued. It might be a poor motive, but I'll have that woman impart me with some of her vitality again. Holy Shiro here looking, seeming like a ghost liner is just sucking off the energy. Church time. Not expecting us to visit again. Hi, we're here to waste time. The music abruptly stops. Yeah, fair enough. Karen vacantly stares at me as if she had just seen a ghost. I mean, don't you dare bring this word up when we're talking about Shiro. That just makes me theorize. Start to theorize. No. Shiro's not dead.
なんで中断するかな。今までやめたことなんて一度もなかったのに。
Returning her stare, I take my usual seat. Having come all this way, even this pew was comfortable. Sure.
おい、続きどうした？ いつもみたいに構わずやってくれ。終わるまで待ってるから。
Man, I mean, it's always with or around Karen, but Shiro is just so petty. So petty. And I know they don't get along, and Karen has her, body thing, which might or might not affect things. And, also it's just the location, having bad memories here and Shiro not being compatible with stuff and whatnot. But it's always so entertaining hearing a more jaded version of himself, reminding a bit more of Archer. I throw out a few jeers. Jeers? I know what the word means, I just don't know how to say it.
いえ、
Oh, that's cute.
話があるのでしたら、すぐそちらに伺います。
Okay. That's rare. You're telling me this antisocial woman actually had the capacity to be considerate this whole time? Wow, Shiro. Though I would have liked her to have shown it on the first or second visit. Right now, having my needs attended to just bothers me. Wow. Okay, Shiro. Someday I am going to teach her how to read the mood. If I ever get the opportunity. Well, maybe next time, if there is one.
エネルギー不足なんでムカムカしたいんだ。気にせず日課を続けてくれ。
Okay.
演奏は続けますが、それはどういう意味でしょうか。
Whoops. It doesn't seem like that she liked the expression get worked up.
元気が出るってことなんだが。
Yeah?
あんたのオルガンはちょうどいい充電になる。
Huh?
聞いてると頭がビリビリするからな。
Is that so? Unsatisfied, Karen turns back to the organ. Apparently, she can't understand how getting worked up and shocks are related. I mean, I don't know either that much. You're just very unique, Shiro. In any case, the performance resumed. Yeah, and the music comes back. Life is breathed into the non-existent organ once again. Her thin fingers, covered in wounds, touch the keyboard. For the fourth time, the grating melody reverberates in the chapel. Very, very cool. Surprisingly, it feels like it's different than before. Perhaps because the performer's fingers were filled with passion? The waves of sound that were only vaguely irritating before now clearly stimulate my nerves. Just like that. I clearly feel my irritation turn to anger. And finally, the rationality I decorated myself with dissolves, okay? What the hell? Shiro is turning into Berserker in front of our eyes. Is there nothing you find beautiful? And the music cue. That woman said something like that. My feelings like that had long since gone away. Wow. That sucks. I feel at ease now. All I need to do is see things for what they are. Sure. Having personal sentiments is a burden in many ways. What the hell, Shiro? Sure. I'll just take this as him stealing himself before the final battle, What the hell? Our protagonist boy is so broken in so many ways. Holy shit. And yet, why? Oh, yeah, Avenger Flash. Stop screwing around. A glimpse of a strange landscape flashes before my eyes. I don't understand its significance. Just a desolate wasteland. A summit far above the ground, where the air is thin. Sure. But why do I recall that now? An irrelevant thought that would not fade, even if cast away. It's not just the feeling of hatred that remains, but this scenery that has burned into my eyes as well. Oof. Stop screwing around. Am I remembering this kind of a place? There shouldn't be anything. This doesn't help the Shiro is Avenger theories at all. Oh no. There shouldn't be anything there. Nothing. Can't let my heart waver. It's too late now. I can't allow myself to embrace something like sentimental thoughts. I mean, okay, sure. In this situation where you're stealing up to the final confrontation, sure, I'll allow it. It's not like the past will change just because I remembered it. Why are you saying the word remembered? That makes me think you are actually him. I mustn't turn it into something beautiful out of some mistaken sentiment. Some mistaken fantasy. I affirm things the way they are. I mustn't think that things which aren't mine belong to me just because of nostalgia. Your pride is in having nothing. Whoa, that's a line. Your meaning is in being nothing. Huh. When you fabricate something that doesn't even exist, you become no different from a meaningless sacrifice. I mean, obviously we're talking about Angraminu here, but this whole conversation has felt like Shiro, like, projecting himself as Avenger. It's really fucking with my brain. Even so, it's still true. It's true that nothing existed here. Not even the village. But hadn't I wished for there to be meaning in that? Okay, what is going on? What is going on? This are we not Shiro at all? Have we been Avenger POV this whole time? Game. Surely not. My poor brain. Their performance is over before I knew it. As far as my goal of regaining some vitality goes, I can't help but say it was a letdown. And then I realize Karen is standing in front of me. Now that I think about it, does she want something from me?
あなたがここに来ることはもうないと思っていました。
Yeah?
同感。なんでかな。きっと気の迷いだったんだ。元気が出ると思ったのに脱力させられたし。
Is Shiro's voice, obviously it's Shiro's voice here, but you know, he's sounding a bit more deep, angry monotone than his usual intonation. Huh. Interesting. I mean, obviously it's a good performance because, you know, he clearly grew a bit or became a bit more angry or whatnot by coming to listen to this performance and whatnot, but you know.
自分で続けろと言ったのに。私の演奏はお気に召しませんか？
He liked it in a sense that it allowed him to do whatever he wanted to happen.
そうだな。技術レベルじゃ文句はないぜ。その包帯だらけの体でよく体力が続くもんだ。正直感心する。って待てよ。あんた実はオルガンの演奏すごくうまい？
I mean, maybe.
人語に落ちぬ自負はあります。
Oh.
自身の取り柄を鍛えるのは私の趣味です。
Damn.
珍しく強気じゃんか。そうか。あんたうまかったのか。
I've done something rude, yeah. Also, this being in past tense does not help any theorizing ideas. This game. What would she do if I said I'd been appreciating it with the same mindset as watching a school play? Wow. Okay, Shiro.
理解していただけて幸いです。ついでに私の演奏のどこがお気に召さないのかを聞きたいのですが。
Okay.
どこって聞いてると眠くなるところ。
Damn.
電気使えとは言わねえけど、もっとわざとらしいほど盛り上げてくれないと。あと、何でもかんでも受け入れるような芸風もつまらない。もう少し反社会的なシャウトを聞かせてほしい。こう、感極まって鍵盤を蹴りつけるぐらいに。
Damn. Okay, what the hell, Shiro? If that is Shiro, I mean it is, but you know. And it would be perfect if you add some heavy distortion. Yeah, very funny.
それは私ではなく曲が悪いということでは？
I mean, yeah, but you can always improv a bit if you're that good, you know?
加えて聴いている人間の感性も悪いかと。
True. Good one.
何？マナー悪いのかこの観客。
言語に接するほどに私の語彙では言い表せるものがありません。
I turn away and try not to laugh. I thought this was a hard woman to understand, but I see. She reacts like this when you poke at something she's proud of. Okay.
何か？
I don't know. I feel like Shiro got a bit of the levity he needed.
いや、込み上げてきたものを我慢しただけ。
Man, now that I noticed it initially, it really does feel like his tone is like speaking in one bar lower or something like that.
あんた、割と機関棒だよな。音楽の先生もしつけるのにさぞ苦労したろう。
あなたの基準で私を決めつけないでください。それと、あなたには私の生い立ちを語ったはずです。
Yeah?
私は孤立しているのですから、音楽は独学だと思わないのですか？
I mean, maybe, but also you were raised in a kind of institute thingy, so, you know, there might have been someone who taught you there, you know, in case, or maybe even afterwards when you were sent out here, you were taught then.
いるだろう、音楽の先生ぐらい。あんたの音には正しい規律がある。何人もの手を渡って受け継がれてきた演奏者の意志みたいなものだ。
Okay, what the hell? Sure.
あんたのオルガンは 自分のためのものじゃないだろう。あんたの演奏は多くの人間のために編み込まれた普遍的な音楽だ。
Okay, that's an interesting line. Woven for many people, a universal music. Sure. Only technique can be refined through self-study. A genius can't construct a concept that transcends time. If those who shine through their talent are the flowers of the tree, then those who shine through their heritage become the trunk and nurture the tree. Interesting metaphor? Huh. Okay.
ま、そんな小難しい話以前に、上達したいなら人に教えてもらうのが一番手っ取り早い。世間体より合理性の方を優先したんだろうさ。機関棒ってのはそういうこと。
そういうこと。
あんたは本当に好きなもののためなら最善を尽くすタイプだと思うんだが。
あなたの推測にはうなずけませんが、音楽を学ぶために特例として時間と指導者を用意していただきました。何かと問題はありましたが。
Okay. Mind sharing those details? Probably not.
ほら、怒られてもめげないっていうか、あんまりダメージいかないっていうか。あんたは根っこのところに他人じゃ動かせないものがあるんだよ。自分がないなんてよく言ったもんだ。ほんと。教会の神父ってのはどいつもこいつも高顔にできているんだな。
Wicked laughter. Huh? What's putting me in such a good mood? I don't know. It almost feels like you're deriving pleasure from like dissecting her likes and, you know, reasons, or not reasons, but, you know, the things that made her become this way or learn things and how she learned them, what for. I don't know if it's because of the entertainment or if it's because I'm feeling a bit careless, but I'm getting a bit high. What the hell? Sure. Oh? On the other hand, she became stiff and stood still. It seems that something had struck home for her too. Ooh, okay.
そんなに高顔でしょうか、私。
I mean, did you not previously like kinda imply that about yourself, you know? I mean, yeah, at the same time, I guess in a different sense, yeah. Because she can notice things about others, so in that sense she's not thick-skinned, but you know.
ああ、ここの前任者といい勝負。
Right, assessor. Oh, right, Kirei. Yeah. She looks a bit stiff as she searches for words. Also, she was very cute there. You observe this rare moment of clumsiness. Sure, clumsiness, yeah. Perhaps I'm in an uplifting mood because my senses have been relaxed. The desires I've pretended to not see until now begin to pulse in unison with my heartbeat. Okay, sure. Oh, and that made her react. Why? Doesn't she only react to evil? Or does she react to, generally speaking, all intense emotions? Huh. Because if it's the latter, and she only reacts to negative, evil, wicked curses, whatnot. That really lends credence to the idea of Avenger Shiro theory. There's a subtle sound like the tearing of thin vinyl. Oof. The scent of blood spills out from the bottom of her vestments.
どうした生理か
No, that's not a Shiro line. That's not a Shiro line. That's no. No. Game.
傷が開いただけです。申し訳ありませんが、
そうだな。一つ後ろにずれるわ。あれ、今のは全面的にこっちのミスだ。
Because I'm pretty sure Avenger has his own voice actor, right? Like, they are two different voice actors, Shiros and Avengers. It's just, we've definitely been put into this situation as Shiro, but his voice, his intonation has been off the whole time, and that line just now about period, that's not something Shiro would ever say. I mean, maybe, no, it's not. Game. Also, yeah, poor Karen, getting hit by her own, I guess, ability. I don't know what you would call it. There we go. I move to the seat behind me. Now that I'm a bit farther away, the scent of blood is fainter. Why are you talking about the scent of blood?
けどあんたも大変だね。傷が開いたって、まだ夜の街を徘徊してるんだ。って、そうか。4日目の夜には、律儀に俺を探してるんだっけ
I forget. Is this a line that should reveal if this is Avenger? I forget if Karen was searching for Avenger specifically on the fourth day, or Shiro. I'm gonna assume both, but let's pretend it's Avenger because it's more fun that way.
そうです。聖杯戦争の再現が終わるまで、4日目の夜は街に出なくてはいけません。もっとも、疲れているのはそれだけではありませんが。
Yeah.
最近、悪魔払いの真似事も始めましたので。
An imitation of a demon exorcism.
へえ。
I wasn't actually paying attention. Yeah. To be honest, just because the smell of the blood is fainter now doesn't mean that I'm completely in control. Game? Okay, I mean, there's no way this is a Shiro line ever. Never, ever. For instance, my eyes are fixated on the wounds hidden by those white bandages. And by those slender arms and shoulders that seem as if they'd break just by being held down. Yeah, the game is going all out now. Or even by her white belly, wet with blood that surely is fresh and in season like those sweet fish skewers. What the hell? Okay. The big question is this just for this scene, just for the church scenes with Karen, or has this always been the case? Okay, that's the next big step to figure out. Because we're definitely not sure. I'm like 95% in on the idea that we are Avenger now. We could be some form of ghost or a curse that's been just possessing Shiro too. That's a possibility as well, but we'll see.
本職の調子はいいのか
いいえ、これが全く。
Yeah?
今まで多くの悪魔払いをこなしてきたけど、弱音を言ってしまえば、今回のようなケースは初めてです。
This kind of case is a first for me. Uh-huh.
そいつ手強いんだ。
This one, huh? Red blotches surface on her bandages. Luscious. Raw. I'd thought that she was like a doll. But she was plenty fresh and rare. Holy shit, what a line.
強いか弱いかで言えば、低級の部類に入るでしょう。
That would describe Angermine.
でも一つだけ、今までと違うところがあって、
Yeah?
それで調子がおかしいのです。
Yeah?
だって、この悪魔は私に厳しいんだもの。
Aww. That's kind of a cute line, but also, obviously the third idea that comes with specifically with this line to mind is, they're just kind of playing, and this is just some kind of role play. I don't know where the blood would come from, but this could still be Shiro, and they're just playing with us, bantering. But obviously I'm pretty sure they are talking about this demon, this situation, Karen versus us, whoever we are.
はあ、悪魔が厳しいのは当たり前じゃないのか？
Uh-huh.
いいえ、基本的に悪魔は優しいのです。
Is that so? Is that so?
その結果はどうあれ、彼らは人の苦悩を理解し、取り除こうとする架空要素。見ようによっては人間の味方ですから。
That's a very interesting perspective. Yeah, because usually it's described that, demons are manifestations of evil, but they could be there just to fill the void, instead of letting humans be malicious and evil, they manifest themselves and remove those, embody those negative thoughts and feelings and, remove them or take them into themselves. Okay, that's a very interesting line in context of, well, basically the whole game, but Angermine specifically. That kind of flips it on its head, actually, doesn't it? I mean, obviously, because, he's a sacrifice chosen to, take in all the evil of humanity. So, he's actually the biggest martyr, the gentlest human ever, the whatever. Even though that was completely out of his own control, so, Ooh. Okay.
間違っても人間を叱ったりはしないのです。
They do not rebuke a human. In which case, are we really a demon? Because we're definitely bantering heavily with Karen. Ooh. That hit home, huh? I feel like she's tempting me. Her hands are folded in prayer, fingers intertwined. Her wounded body reminds me of... And yet this is something dedicated to God, not intended to be offered to a demon. Okay. Someone who does nothing but accept things as they are. I have an idea, but I'll talk about it after this scene is over. A convenient sacrifice that accepts sin without reason. That was that a naked Karen? we need to go to the eclipse very soon. Yeah. Tempting, huh? This is bad. If I don't switch out of this mind. Okay, so we're taking it as a position of sorts. Maybe. Or maybe... We'll see. This impulse will end up breaking down my shell.
どうしたの？体調が乱れているようだけど。
Nothing, just imagined us having sex.
いや、ちょっと貧血。
Anemic, huh? In need of a little blood, huh?
それより今の話、初めてのケースってことは、つまり面白い？
It's interesting, huh?
全然。予想外のことばかりで、どちらかというと腹立たしいわ。
Back to bantering.
そうね。正直、うんざりしてきたかも。
Like, it is very possible that this is not Angramainu and it's just a demon, a spirit, a something that has entered Shiro's mind and is currently possessing him too.
自分から介入したことだけど、私の手には負えそうにないし。
Oh.
この辺りで引き上げていいかしら。
別に
Withdraw.
あんたの好きにすればいい。
He sounds so lethargic, like what's his face? Okarun from Dandadan when the thing.
なんだよ。秋っぽいなとか、無責任だなとか言ってないぞ、俺。
それはそうだけど。
Yeah, I feel like Karen is like not that angry, but irritated by his response and lack of care, lack of urgency, I guess. ...
厳しいじゃない。
Harsh, she says. This is the first time I've been told that. I think I've been told before that I'm someone who is patient and someone who is impatient. But which one was called which? Damn. Oh, flashing there. Still can't switch. Okay, since this is coming more and more, I guess I'll throw my theory out in case they bring it up later in this scene still. So just before we did this, we had the interlude or the Bazet / Avenger side of things. And Bazet, used a command spell and, kind of locked Avenger into being her own left arm. But we didn't really get Avenger stuff after she did that, so that made me wonder, especially in conjunction with, after we entered this scene, and I started theorizing if this is Avenger, it really made me think that what if by Bazet doing whatever she did with the command spell, that just removed Avenger's consciousness entirely from his body, and it's just his body and whatever is, making him be a spirit, as Bazet's left arm now, but Avenger's entire consciousness is just now trapped within Shiro and influencing him. And that's just how we're gonna play out the rest of the game. Shiro being kinda Avenger. I guess. Yeah. Still can't switch, huh? Yeah, that idea would really link well. Avenger being in possession of the mind, but being unable to, leave Shiro's body. This one is a formidable opponent. I wonder whether she can see me with those golden eyes. Ooh. Probably. This isn't possible. To think that my cocoon is on the verge of collapse with just 4 encounters. Oh. Okay, well, that throws up wrench in the plan because, that just happened with this loop, the whole Basset command spell thing. But this would imply that it's been here inside Shiro's body the whole time. So maybe it isn't Avenger, or maybe Avenger has always been kind of split off. But maybe it's just some random demon or another side of Shiro that he has always locked off. Because in Stay Night it was a whole big deal, especially in UBW, about Shiro not having his own dreams, not being his own person, and just following in the steps of Kiritsugu.
もしかして本気にしましたか？
Oh?
え？
I look up at her.
申し訳ありません。少し私もあなたをからかってみたくなったのです。ご心配なく、途中で投げ出すことはありません。
Will not abandon you halfway through.
私が自分に課した役割はあなたを導くことですから。
That very church-like you. Thank you.
ああ。そういえば、もともと情報を交換する間柄だったっけ？ 1回目は助かったけど、2回目以降は役に立たないんで忘れてた。
それはあなたが関係のない話をするからです。重要な話をしてもらえれば、私とて意見は返せます。
Fair enough, fair enough.
そうなんだ。けど。
There's nothing left I should ask about. Well, maybe there is. The relationship between Emiya Shiro and Karen had already been settled by the third visit.
悪いけど、もうほとんど終わっているんだ。さっきの話だけど、実際あんたはもう引き上げて構わないんじゃないかな。本職の方は、そうだな。諦めて次の獲物を見つけてくれ。
Give up and look for your next catch, huh? That's the end of it. Soon, even this relation will come to an end.
愚問と分かってはいますが、あなたはそれでいいのですか？
いいに決まってる。そのためにいろいろやってきたんだから。
That's why I've gone through all this. I have two new ideas in mind. One of them is relating to the whole looping memories thing. Inheriting previous loops memories. And the other one is intentionally going out of his way and Shiro going out of his way intentionally and getting some kind of curse position onto him. I don't know how you would call that. What you would call that? Like, this line here makes me think that it's Shiro fully rational and fully in control of his own thoughts, but still obviously aware that there's something possessing him. But whether it's Angramanyu, whether it's his own stacking memories somehow being classified as a curse and that affecting Karen, or whether it's Shiro having, without us knowing, gone out of his way and done something to his body, gotten some kind of debuff/buff curse possession demon thing inside him. I don't know. It could also be something that happened in Heaven's Feel, like getting Archer's arm, or the end, having his body destroyed and being made into a puppet ? Those could also be what we're referencing here. Even though they've never previously held any had any effect or, you know, negative influence over us, seemingly, as far as I know. Very curious. I don't know. This has been such an interesting scene. It's made me theorize so much about things that might not even be relevant to the final confrontation. But I don't know. I just love it. I just love it whenever there's multitudes of different ideas possible, and you're just made to wonder, like, what did you mean by that sentence? Even if it might not be thematically, well, this might be thematically relevant to the game, but, you know, even though usually those kinds of things are meant for the background lore kind of stuff, but here it might actually be relevant, you know, possession, spirits, demons, individuality, you know, living your own life.
それはあなたの意思で、あなたはどうしてこの願いを解決しようとするのです。
For what purpose do you seek to resolve this wish?
決まってるだろ。俺はエミやシロだからな。一度ぐらいは人助けをしてみたいんだ。
If you show, just crop this line, don't show anything else, just show this line to someone who has just finished Stay Night. Because I'm Emi Ashiro, at least just this once I want to try to help someone, they're gonna lose their minds like, what do you mean just this once? The entirety of Emi Ashiro's being is always out to help someone else. This line is like, what do you mean? Does this mean you've never wanted to help others? Or ever helped other people in general? But I have no doubts. My answer from the second visit was what I truly, sincerely believe. I don't remember which visit that was. I take my leave. I want to think that even being able to say those words just now made this time meaningful.
待って。
Oh? Wait. He turns around. Yorokobe shonen. No. I can't hang around any longer. Without pause, I head for the door. No! She had something to say.
あなたは虚無よ。
Oh.
生まれていないもの。未知のものがある限りあり続ける。
As long as there is something unborn, something unknown, you can continue to exist. Okay, I mean, that's very Angra Mainyu coded. There aren't many gaps left. Might as well fill them in quickly. So many iterations, so many loops. We've almost experienced every possible facet. Still a couple remaining, I guess.
けど、すべてが生まれてしまったら、あなたの居場所はどこにもない。この日常が埋まっていけばいくほど、あなたは輝きを失っていく。
Ooh. Assuming that this is Karen is speaking a line to Angra Mainyu, or his conscience, or something, consciousness. That brings an interesting idea to mind. Like, has Angra Mainyu previously, if he is currently possessing Shuro's mind somehow, has he previously been incarnated after each loop to somewhere else? Can he freely go to somewhere else? Have we seen him influencing other beings, other people? I mean, there was that one very weird long scene with Ryder kind of losing to herself, and then we saw Angra Mainyu there at the very end. So was that him inside of her at that moment? I don't know. I don't know. But that's an interesting thought. How we've seen him previously in other places and we just haven't realized it. The closer these days come to an ending, the more you lose your radiance. That's just assuming that this is Karen talking to Angramanio, of course. It might not be, but, you know, very heavily implying. I'm not losing it. It's just that...
世界への関心を失って元の無に戻るのよ。
I'll revert to my original proper form. That's all. Yep, a totally normal conversation there. Yep. And the fact that it's kinda kept vague there, because initially you're lured in and it starts, the whole dialogue in that scene starts more and more showing that, wait, is this Shiro type lines? And it's definitely not. But then it's like, yeah, he's clearly possessed by something, someone. And Karen even bursts out, or starts, you know, her condition starts going off, implying that Shiro is definitely possessed, and you're immediately brought to think that, yep, this is Angramanio, obviously, but it might not be. But then we get lines that it's definitely Shiro in control by him calling out his own name, and this is me, I am doing this, I think this. But then at the very end, that line from Karen again, it's flip-flopping so much. Like, it's making you so unsure about if that was Angramanio. And the fact that we are not confirming it one way or another, it just lends more and more credence to the idea that Shiro is somehow always been Angramanio. I don't know how, I don't know why. Something, the real Shiro died in the fire 10 years ago. And ever since then, Angramanio has been, or a fragment of Angramanio has been possessing Shiro. This game, I swear. Okay, I think that's, we're definitely gonna leave it there. Holy. I don't think we got anything. The must come afterwards, yeah, after completed runs, yeah, right. I think. Okay, let's go and save the other thing. 90.2. Oh, that was 2. Yeah, we did 2 things. Just in case. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's where we will leave it today, and we'll see what's happening next time. Probably 2 unrelated scenes to plot, and then wonder if I should do the night scene before. Yeah, probably. We'll see if the next scenes are long. I might do them in 2 parts before heading to Ilias Castle. But if they are short, I'll try to include all 3, the Rin, the Big Bridge, and the night scene, assuming there's only one night scene, into one video, and then the Ilias Castle thing into maybe the final one. We'll see. Okay, cool. Patreon early access up to 2 weeks. Links down in the description. Cool. See ya.
Ah